Hey, what's going on, Sonic Superstars? And yes, I did buy 2 copies of this game, and yes, I did buy every new release of Jakks Pacific Sonic Superstars merch that just came out. Not sure how that happened. But for today's video, we're only gonna be looking at this guy here, and that is the brand new Jakks Pacific Sonic Superstars 2.5-inch digital 3-pack. It comes with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Team Sonic, and their little cyberspace forms that they had in Sonic Superstars. But I can't wait any longer, so let's go and take a closer look at the box, unbox this, review it all. Let's go. But taking a closer look at the front of the box, you can see the background of the box. There is Green Hill Zone. A little bit interesting because this is obviously a Sonic Superstars set, and nowhere across the packaging do you see any branding of Sonic Superstars. So although not necessary, I was a big fan of how Jazzwares back in the day would put the game logo on the cover of their boxes. Like for Sonic and the Black Knight, they had the logo there, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, and that always looked really cool to me. It made the box stand out a little bit more, but Jakks just didn't do that here. But either way, the packaging does do a good job at letting you get a nice, really beautiful, crispy look at these figures, man. Knuckles looks so scrunkly but evil, Sonic looks super adorable, and Tails is very, very tiny. But what I think is pretty interesting is that the back of the box does show you the new 2.5-inch wave that is supposed to go with this. And look, there she is, man, 2.5-inch Trip. Holy crap, I want that one so bad. Ugh. Whoa, holy crap. Okay, that background is actually kind of nice. This would look nice just keep sealed in the box. Not gonna lie, it would look even nicer if a Sonic Superstars logo right there. But wow, I definitely might actually keep this to display the figures. We'll put that to the side for now. And oh my god, the zip ties. But boom, there you have it, y'all. The figures out of the box, the digital 3-pack. Holy crap, man. Oh, they're so freaking adorable. Like, I don't think anybody was really begging, itching, and asking for Jakks to make their little cyberspace versions into figures, but I am honestly really happy they did. And this is 18 bucks, a little bit more expensive than just 3 2.5-inch figures by like $2 or something, but I'm really happy. I can't complain. Starting off here with Sonic. Look at how freaking scrunkly this guy is, man. This is like the perfect like avatar if you ever just want to, like, you know, be Sonic in the digital world. I mean, I guess that's what he is in Sonic Superstars, but he just has the perfect amount of edge and scrunkliness all in one, and it looks amazing the way they like actually molded it here. You know, like you can see it's not just, you know, a basic, you know, like super retro. Oh my god, this is so retro. Like, no shade to the 8-bit Funko Pops that they just came out with, but I don't know what it is, but this almost gives a little bit more of a wow, we're so retro. And I think this one just doesn't as much because this is literally ripped straight from the game. It looks like I'm holding a 3D model from Sonic Superstars. You can see I basically just ripped it out of the game, literally. And you know, since it is a pixel character, there's not really much areas where, you know, there can be crazy paint errors at all. So it really does end up looking like a slicker product overall. And bro, this one little golden pixel right here is like super cute, man. For the buckle, it's just one little gold block. That's adorable. But you do gotta remember that these are 2.5-inch figures, and I think honestly the scale helps them make them look even cuter, but it also does kind of mean they're not gonna have crazy articulation. Besides just doing that to Sonic, literally decapitating him, you do just have your normal basic left, right, up, down, all around, but it's very tiny and a little bit hard to move. But honestly, like the way it's just a smooth little rectangle piece like that, it looks really nice. The way it seamlessly blends in there with the rest of the figure. Like, I'm moving pixels, I'm moving blocks, and it still somehow looks perfectly blocky. Oh my god, he's so cute, bro. Look at this little Sonic, bro. He just wants uppies, and he's not gonna get them. But next up, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the original Player 2. Tails, and I just gotta bring him here. Look at that. I love how they actually cared about the scaling here. He's so much more tinier. His head is insanely small. It's very funny. And I didn't play much as Tails in Sonic Superstars, so I feel like I didn't even really see his model in game, but I feel like this looks pretty close. You know, if Sonic looks that accurate, if Knuckles looks that accurate, I'm pretty sure this is like 100% spot on, just ripping the model straight out into here. And I like that little detail of the blue on his boots there. And the tails are insanely crispy, but it does kind of look like, you can see there, they are like separated visually, but you can't actually move the two tails separately like that. They are just one big conjoined piece that is connected right here. It does look a little weird when you look at it from the back like that, but it does just go up and down slightly, but unfortunately it doesn't go any lower than that. You know, you can see there's like a thing blocking it, so I feel like if I press it any harder, it's gonna snap. And you know, this is just unfortunately a Tails kind of thing, where Tails figures just always struggle to stand because the weight distribution is just, it's just not in his system. But I guess that's why you can move the tail back a little bit, but unfortunately, since you can't move it all the way down, he still is going to be floating up a little like that. So you kind of really have to work with it, and that's probably the closest you're going to get. So I don't know, I maybe recommend a stand if you want to keep the tails up like that. But this guy is, again, super freaking adorable. They are all going to have the same articulation as each other, just I believe like 5 points of articulation. Well, I guess this guy's 6 because the tails. But take one more good look at this guy up close, and he is so freaking adorable, man. Like, how can you say no to that little cute face? You have to go buy this now. I mean, I guess the only thing I can't say no to is that he does not stand up, unfortunately. But we have one more figure to look at, and that is the toughest and the roughest out of all of them, and that is Knuckles the Echidna in his tiny scrunkly form. And something about this figure is just making me smile, because this is obviously, you know, like a tougher character. He's always, you know, looking a little bit more sharp and angry, and they just turn him into a marketable figure. Now this is definitely super cool how they did the quills here. They look super, you know, still blocky, but I don't know even how to explain how that looks, but it looks like lava, pixelated lava drenching down, and that is cool. You know, you can't move them at all or anything. They are like a solid piece, but how they managed to, you know, keep that pixelated look and make it smooth is something that I might not ever comprehend. And again, since there's not really many crazy spots for paint to be applied on the figure, it does end up looking super crispy. And I love these little knuckles here. Like, you can see his thumb is there, and they are a chunky little fist with two little baby spikes there, 2 little pixels, bro. Like, how can we take you seriously, Knuckles, when you look that cute, bro? Bro, this Knuckles is not beating up anyone with those 2 pixels, bro. And they managed to capture the shoes perfectly with only limited amounts of space and colors. I think that's pretty nice. I haven't looked at the bottom of the shoes at all yet on any of these characters, but they do have little peg holes, so not sure what that's about. Yeah, all the other figures have that too. Sonic's shoes are actually red on the bottom, and wow, these are actually red and white like how they're supposed to be. And yeah, it's kind of funny how both the Tails figure and the Knuckles figures are limited in some aspects. You know, Tails is gonna have a harder time standing up, and Knuckles is gonna have a harder time to just put his hands forward a lot more. Or not even a harder time, like he just can't, you know? He can't put his hand any higher than there because, again, that's just his design. It doesn't really work out too amazingly for figures. Like, you're not gonna get anything going back, you're just gonna be going forward. But honestly, that works just fine for Knuckles, and it just looks so silly, bro. His legs have no problem moving around. They can twist and turn, go forward there, about there. And yeah, besides, again, the Knuckles with this guy, that's a pretty good Knuckles. Oh, and I completely forgot about this backdrop that it did come with. And correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time they've included a backdrop that's not just, you know, like a plain blue gradient kind of thing that they use on all their boxes. So it's really nice that they included Green Hill Zone here, but not just put the backdrop on the wall, but on the floor you have the actual checkered pattern there. So it really looks like, you know, the dirt from the ground is on there, and it makes perfect sense for you to just create your own little diorama of all the characters running, and maybe Tails can be flying. Oh my god, he's going up. And yeah, this little backdrop makes for a really nice freaking diorama. You can put the 3 of them running like that across it. They fit perfectly on there, and that makes for a super really cool display on any shelf right there. But before we go, I want to do some quick comparisons, and here is the newest 2.5-inch classic foot tapping Sonic. You can see there, you can do some foot tapping. I did a short on this guy. If you guys haven't seen that, you want to go check that out. But they are roughly around the same size. This guy's just a little taller because his head isn't completely flat, and unfortunately I don't have the full cast of these guys in 2.5-inch form, but I do have their gigantic 4-inch forms, and I think the Pixel figures would be kind of cool to have in the 4-inch form, but I also kind of think they wouldn't be as cute if they were bigger than this. These really make for fun little bite-sized figures this way. But there you have it, folks. That is the brand new Jakks Pacific Sonic Superstars digital 2.5-inch 3-pack, and I really am a fan of how this turned out. For $17.99, 3 tiny figures and brand new molds that we haven't seen before from Jakks. You know, this is way better, obviously, than what Tomy gave us back in the day, and they actually called that a Pixel figure. I think if you want some really cute looking Sonic figures to put on your shelf as a little knickknack, these are definitely it. If you're looking for something a little bit more articulated, this is not gonna be it at all. But I think this is definitely one of the highlights out of all the new Jakks Pacific Sonic Superstars merch we did just get. I'm very pleased with this. This one's definitely for all the superstars. And if you guys really did enjoy this unboxing, I'd appreciate it a ton if you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, letting me know in the comments down below which one of these 3 little scrunkly brand new figures is your favorite. I mean, I know it's gonna sound a little basic, but Sonic, he's my guy, man. I gotta pick him. But the 3 of these are just so freaking scrunkly. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day/night. These are amazing figures, and thanks to you guys' votes, the next thing we will be unboxing is Mr.